Welcome to Living in America. My name is John Brookhart. I am the co-host of the show, and today we are privileged to have somebody with us that my wife Jolene, also a co-host, is going to introduce so that you can get to know her quite well because she's very talented.
The day is the day that we have my great friend with us, Sharon Terry, who is a visual artist of illustration and design.
Thank you.
Welcome to Living in America.
Thank you.
She's usually a co-host, but today we're going to be the interviewer. She's going to be the one being interviewed today.
Right.
So we're going to take it from here and see how this show goes today. You wear many hats.
Yes.
And you're all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
What are you currently doing?
Okay, some of the things that I'm doing today, right now, well, besides sitting here, I work with a lot of different music professionals. I work with a young man by the name of The Real Imani, who is a rapper and a producer, and I help to create his materials, his CD covers, and I also work with a group called Afterplay. Shh, can't talk about them too much. There's a hush going on, but you know, in the next 6 months, once you hear about Afterplay, you are going to be so excited. I'm just telling you.
I can hardly wait.
Yeah, it's going to be something else. And then Ty G Firestorm, he's a smooth jazz trumpeter.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the musical people. One more. Chronicles, it's a husband and wife team plus one more, somebody we won't mention.
Not at this time.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm working with you guys, working with John, Living in
Yes, you
America.
are. Yes.
And, creating logos, creating any kind of collateral pieces that are necessary for you and for some of my other clients, So that's the kind of thing that I'm doing right now.
Okay, great. You've had lots of drawings done.
Mm-hmm.
Who have they been lately? Is there anyone you can mention you've drawn for?
Well, as far as drawing is concerned,
And design, or?
yeah, as far as drawing is concerned, it's a particular skill that not all designers have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not every designer is an illustrator as well. So in certain fields, like in the television industry and even in the movie industry, when they set about taking the script of that show or movie and deciding on what kind of shots they're going to make, usually if the director is not drawing, they have a person that's called a storyboard artist.
Is that what you do too?
And I do that too, and that requires me to draw. So I have to physically talk to that director, get a relationship going, and pick their brain so that I can visually put down on the paper what they have written in their scripts.
I see.
Okay, so I'm their eye, their artistic eye. And that requires me to draw, okay? And that's the illustration part of my title. But design is totally something different.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Are we going to see some of that today?
Yeah, we are gonna. I think we do have some of my work here today, and whenever we're ready, we're gonna take a look and we'll see what we have, and you'll ask me about it, and I'll tell you.
I think there's one up there now.
Oh, yeah,
Actually, it's a face.
Well, yeah, this is actually a page out of my children's book, an illustration. My children's book's name happens to be the Duppy of Mobay, so it's a story about this guy who becomes a duppy, which is a creature that's not alive or dead.
Oh.
And he terrorizes Mobay. And that particular illustration is him talking to Jah, who's, So that's an illustration.
Deep.
It's painting, it's gouache is the kind of paint it is, and that's what you see right there now.
So how many of them are we going? Oh, there's another one.
Okay, now
How
this
many you
is,
have?
I think we have 8 images, and this happens to be a series of digital illustrations. So this is something I've done on the computer. And
Is that for women?
yes, it is.
Oh,
That's
nice.
Mother Earth in winter, spring, summer, and fall.
How nice.
And those are Photoshop illustrations.
Mm-hmm.
So they're digital. And I also have these images on cards and mugs at my Zazzle store. That's a store that's online that you can find at Zazzle.com.
Uh-huh.
And you can go buy those cards and mugs with those images on it.
And it's only online
Only
at this
online.
time?
Only
Okay.
online.
Okay. All right. And there's another image.
Sure, those are several logos that I've done for people. I see you could see the Afterplay logo up top.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the groups that I'm working with. And everything else is pretty much self-explanatory. There's some other logos that I've created for different groups and also events that have happened. And that just goes to show how I can deal with type and images to create a logo for you, the individual, if you happen to be a company or you need that kind of service done for you.
I see.
Uh-huh.
Can we see one more maybe? Okay.
Okay, this is a CD cover.
Okay.
The
Finally
CD
getting
cover,
to this part.
yes, of my good friend and partner in life, Bobby Cavanis. This is one we did a while back. So I took the photographs, I digitally altered them, I retouched them, and then I created the typeface and the images for the front of the cover. So that's a service I do for people.
All right. Good job. Good job. Well, that's, oh, wow. Look
I
at
think
that. That's another one as well.
One
I
more,
can't see
yeah.
that too clearly, but
That-
is that two people? Is
Yeah, I know what that is. Recently, in the recent past, last summer, Chronicles, one of the groups that I work
Okay.
for, Anti-G,
Okay.
had a concert at El Cabulan Cultural Center.
Oh, up in Altadena.
And so this is a flyer that we did for that concert. And once again, it's me photographing, retouching, and then laying out the graphics for the flyer. So these are just some of the things that I do. And I think that might be the last image. Oh, no, one more. Now, this is really fun.
Which,
You guys, I know what this is. This is Arsenal. Now, there's this.
Arsenal?
This was a nice one-sheet poster, and a one-sheet poster is a poster that's used for movies. And at the time, this rapper that was really big was had this script that he wanted to sell and put into a movie. And part of his selling tool was having this pencil. This is all pencil that I've done
Really?
by hand, pencil.
You did that?
Yes.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
having this one sheet to take to prospective financiers and sell the concept of the movie. So this was like a really fun project because these were all the people that he wanted to be in the movie. Ice-T, Shaquille, just to name a few. Yeah, and it was really good. It was a really good project. So,
Well, I must say bravo.
well, thank you. Thank you,
But I have
thank
a
you.
couple of
Very
questions
good.
for
Sure,
you.
very
because you're
good.
so
Oh, wait a
talented.
minute.
Oh, one more?
Yeah, I
Wow.
see. I didn't know I brought that much.
Well, let's just tell about it
Okay,
still.
sure. Okay, what this is video packaging. And for
Okay.
about 10 years, all I did was children's video packaging. I did the key art, so I designed what was going to be on the cover of the art. I did the concept for it and then handed the concept off to an illustrator, and they
Okay.
did the finished product.
I see.
But
Okay.
I did the color concepts, which give the illustrator a direction of what colors to go. And that was fun. I enjoyed it. That was something I did for many, many years. So
For the children.
For the children,
Okay.
yes.
All right. Well, we can't leave the children out.
No, we can't.
All right, John, you said
Yeah,
you
I
had
noticed
something.
here on your education that you have quite a bunch of stuff. Would you tell me a little bit about your education here?
Well, I'm going to tell you that I was not so gun-ho as to, to going after high school. And unfortunately, I was like a lot of other kids. All I wanted to do was go out there and think that I could tackle the world without getting an education. So the first thing that I did after I graduated from high school is that I went to PCC. And I went to PCC for 3 years, not 2 years, you know, because most people can't really make it in 2. And then I thought, you know, this should be enough. I should be able to go out there and conquer the world. And it worked for a while. It really worked for a while for me. But then once I got into my career, and I'd been there working at this for 20 years, I started to feel like, you know, there's something that I missed by not going to a 4-year college.
Mm-hmm.
So I went back to college in my 40s, took the time that was necessary to get my bachelor's,
Well, good.
and
Good
yeah,
job.
and
Good
and
job.
and completed it and felt like, okay, now
Now I'm whole.
yeah. And what I want to say to kids, you know, don't think that you have to rush out there and conquer the world. Get that stuff out of the way before you have family, before you have children, because you can always go back and get it, but
It's so much harder.
it's so much harder, so much harder. And you just don't know what you're going to need down the road. And even if you do go and get it, there's nothing wrong with going back and getting your master's or your PhD if you need to do that, you know. But try to get it all done
Early.
up front. Yeah, early.
Well, the reason I was mentioning this is because this California State University of Los Angeles Studio Arts major, Bachelor's of Arts in 2002, Art Center College of Design in 1980.
Yeah, I went right from PCC to Art Center, stayed there like 2 semesters, and said, oh no, this costs too much money. I got to go to work. You know, so that's kind of what happened. That's hence going back 20 years
see.
later, you know.
So this MacP group thing of duties were design and color completing design of 3D displays. What was that about?
Okay, the McPhee Group, I think before we kind of saw the video packaging, that's where I did a lot of video packaging. I did the color comping, which I explained about. And then also sometimes we have in the advertising business what we call a standee. And so like when you go into the stores, like if you go into Walmart or Target, and you see these tapes, boxes, or CDs in these little things that have designs around the top and designs on the shelves, that's called a standee. So designing those things all have to be designed. Everything that you see that has a visual element has to be designed, has to be created by somebody.
How involved were you with Sesame Street?
Just a little bit, you know, doing the packaging. You know, that was one of the things through Sony Wonder, which was one of the companies that McPhee Group had.
You know, that's why I said there's so many interesting things, and Jolene, I'm sure we're asking her questions, like the one you have here with the Kwanzaa cards.
Yeah, Kwanzaa cards. That's fun. What happened there is that I was looking for something to do one year. And when being an illustrator and a designer, a lot of times you're creating your own job. It's not like you go into a job that somebody already has something
Because they don't
set
know
for
about
you. Yeah, they don't know. So I happened to find this particular card company, Shades of California. And what I did is I came up with maybe about 10 designs. And then I contacted the man and said, I have these designs. Would you like to lease them for a year, 2 year, where you give me a royalty and a flat fee, and then you can use these images for a year, 2 years. And the guy said, yeah. And so I went about the business of creating these images. And he did that. He leased them for 2 years, and cards sold. And that's something that you can do when you're a graphic designer. And you have to create your